It Came Up Out of the Sea. Part 2 by Dan Mason. The two horns indicate a degree of power or authority. Horns symbolize strength or rulership in biblical imagery, as seen in Daniel 7:7-8. However, unlike the true lamb, who has 7 horns, Revelation 5.6, symbolizing complete divine power, this beast's 2 horns suggest a limited or deceptive authority that imitates Christ but falls short of true divinity. Deceptive authority. The 2 horns signify that the beast possesses authority or influence, but it is a false or corrupt form of power. The number 2 may imply a dual role or a limited scope compared to the greater divine power of Christ. This beast, often called the false prophet, Revelation 19:20, uses its authority to deceive people by performing signs and promoting worship of the first beast, Revelation 13:12-14. The horns suggest it has enough power to appear credible, but its true nature is revealed by its dragon-like speech, aligned with Satan, the dragon of Revelation 12:9. Contrast to the first beast. The first beast from the sea, Revelation 13:1, has 10 horns, symbolizing vast political or military power and global dominion. The second beast's 2 horns indicate a different kind of influence, likely religious, cultural, or ideological, rather than brute force. The second beast supports the first by enforcing its worship, Revelation 13:12, and controlling economic systems, e.g., the mark of the beast, Revelation 13:16-17. Its horns suggest a focused, persuasive authority, possibly within a specific region or sphere, e.g., religious institutions. Symbolic duality. The number 2 could imply a duality in the beast's role or methods, such as combining religious and secular influence, e.g., a corrupt religious system allied with political power, appearing as both a spiritual guide, lamb-like, and a deceptive agent, dragon-like speech, operating in 2 domains, such as prophecy and miracles, to deceive people, Revelation 13:13-14. Alternatively, 2 might simply emphasize a lesser or derivative authority compared to the first beast or Christ. Old Testament echoes. In the Old Testament, horns often represent kings, rulers, or powers, e.g., Daniel 7-8, 8.3. The 2 horns could symbolize 2 specific figures, powers or aspects of authority in the false prophet system, though Revelation does not explicitly define them. Some interpreters see the 2 horns as representing a partnership, such as a religious leader and a political ally, working together to deceive the world. Broader context in Revelation 13. The second beast, from the earth, contrasts with the first beast, from the sea. While the first beast represents a political or worldly power with global reach, the second beast operates as its propagandist, using deception, miracles, and control, e.g., the mark of the beast, to enforce loyalty to the first beast. The 2 horns like a lamb highlight the beast's ability to appear trustworthy, Christ-like, or benevolent, while its dragon-like speech reveals its true allegiance to Satan. The horns underscore the beast's authority to perform signs, Revelation 13:13, create an image of the first beast, Revelation 13:14, and enforce economic exclusion, Revelation 13:16-17, all of which amplify its deceptive influence. It Came Up Out of the Sea. Part 3 by Dan Mason. Interpretive perspectives. Different theological lenses offer varying interpretations of the 2 horns. Preterist view. The second beast may represent a historical figure or system, e.g., the imperial priesthood or false prophets in the Roman Empire, that promoted emperor worship in the 1st century. Futurist view. The 2 horns could symbolize a future false prophet or religious system that will deceive people in the end times, possibly a specific leader or institution. Symbolic view. The horns represent any deceptive religious or ideological system throughout history that mimics true faith while serving evil powers. Historicist view. Some see the 2 horns as specific historical entities, such as a corrupt church or dual authorities, e.g., religious and political, during certain eras. The 2 horns of the beast in Revelation 13:11 symbolize a deceptive, limited authority that imitates the true power of Christ, the Lamb, but serves the agenda of Satan, the dragon. They suggest a persuasive, lamb-like appearance that masks the beast's true nature, enabling it to deceive people through religious or ideological influence. The number 2 may imply a dual role, a lesser authority compared to the first beast, or a specific sphere of influence, depending on the interpretive lens. If you'd like a deeper exploration of a specific perspective, a comparison with other horn imagery in the Bible, or further details on the second beast's role, let me know. The concept of beasts in the Bible, particularly in prophetic and apocalyptic literature, is central to understanding visions of future powers, kingdoms, or evil entities. The primary scriptures discussing beasts are found in Daniel and Revelation, with some additional references in other books that may relate to similar imagery. Below, I'll list the key scriptures about beasts, identify who or what they represent based on common interpretations, and compare their characteristics and roles. The focus will be on Daniel and Revelation, as these contain the most explicit beast imagery, with brief mentions of other relevant passages. Key scriptures on beasts. 1. Daniel's beasts. Daniel 7:1-8, 7:15-28. Scripture, Daniel 7:3-8, ESV. And 4 great beasts came up out of the sea, different from one another. The first was like a lion, the second was like a bear, the third was like a leopard. And behold, a fourth beast, terrifying and dreadful. It had 10 horns. Daniel 7:17-27 explains the beasts as 4 kings, kingdoms, with the fourth beast's 10 horns representing 10 kings, followed by a little horn that speaks against God. Description. First beast, lion with eagle's wings, later standing like a man, 7:4. Second beast, bear raised on one side, with 3 ribs in its mouth, 7:5. Third beast, leopard with 4 wings and 4 heads, 7.6. Fourth beast, terrifying, with iron teeth, 10 horns, and a little horn that uproots 3 horns and speaks blasphemously, 7:7-8. Interpretation, who are they? The 4 beasts are widely understood to represent successive world empires based on Daniel's earlier visions, e.g. Daniel 2's statue. Lion, Babylonian Empire, c. 605-539 BC, with wings symbolizing speed and the human-like stance, possibly indicating Nebuchadnezzar's humbling, Daniel 4. Bear, Medo-Persian Empire, c. 539-331 BC, raised on one side, Persian dominance, and ribs possibly representing conquered nations. Leopard, Greek Empire, c. 331-63 BC, with 4 wings, rapid conquests under Alexander, and 4 heads, division into 4 kingdoms after his death. Fourth beast, often interpreted as the Roman Empire, c. 833 BC AD 476 in the West, with the 10 horns representing later kings or kingdoms. The little horn is a debated figure, possibly a future Antichrist, a historical ruler, e.g. Antiochus IV Epiphanes, or a symbol of blasphemous power. Preterist view. The little horn is Antiochus IV, or a Roman figure, e.g. Nero. Futurist view. The fourth beast and little horn point to a revived Roman Empire and an end-time Antichrist. Historicist view. The fourth beast is Rome, with horns as successor kingdoms, e.g. European nations, and the little horn as the papacy or another power. Key features. Arise from the sea, chaos, nations. Represent political, military powers.